Jen and Justin actually have a surprise for you tonight. I was able to officiate their original wedding, and tonight we're going to renew their vows. And so I did come prepared. I try not to be too short-winded. So 10 years ago, they stood in front of you and made a union of their lives where they made a commitment to each other to honor their marriage through good times and bad. They weren't much different than either of you out here. I mean, they really weren't much different than anybody in the audience. They didn't know the road ahead of them. They didn't know what adventures and struggles and trials that were ahead of them. But they were starry-eyed, and they knew they wanted to be together, and they made a commitment to get through it together. Now, after 10 years, they both admit that the commitment was a lot bigger than they originally expected. However, they've had more good times than bad times. And the struggles that they've had have only deepened their relationship and made them stronger. During their 10 years of marriage, they've learned how to compromise, and compromise. They've learned how to communicate, and communicate, and communicate. And as many of you know, this is very difficult, but they held true to their wedding vows, and they navigated this. Even though they had some difficult experiences together, none of them would change their experiences, since it's made their marriage what it is today. The pinnacle of their marriage has been the process of becoming parents. Logan has greatly impacted their lives for the better. From pregnancy to Lamaze classes, to delivery to parenting. They have had to compromise and communicate as parents, rather than just as a couple. This expanded role has deepened their commitment and love for each other. In their original wedding service, I spoke about Apostle Paul's counsel on love and the practice of complementarity. Now, complementarity is the art of anticipating each other's needs and meeting them without being asked. I continue this message today. Justin, Jen values your honesty, compassion, and patience. Oh, and she says you're pretty to the eyes, too. You are a good, honest, working man, which reminds her of her father. She finds it unbelievable that you accept her and love her for who she is, along with her small, very small flaws. Jen, Justin values your ability to understand, kindness, generosity, and willing to help others. He wishes you knew how very special you really are, and not in the short bus way. He also thinks you may sometimes forget about how special you are and to take time for yourself. He has loved connecting with you on your trips and wants to continue to find opportunities to go outside your normal routine so you can deepen your relationship. For both of you, remember how you are valued by the other person and how you value the other person. Remember the art of complementarity. Make sure you use it often in your marriage. For any of you thinking about marriage in the future, they both say to work on communication, communication, communication. And no matter how tough it is, or how many, sometimes you think it's going to cause problems or strife, do it anyway. You get through it, your relationship goes deeper and stronger, and you come out ahead. Now I ask both of you to renew your vows to each other. Do you, Justin, promise Jen to love, honor, and be faithful to her for as long as you both shall live?
I do.
Do you, Jen, promise Justin to love, honor, and be faithful to him for as long as you both shall live? Will you bow with me as I recite an Apache Indian prayer from their original wedding? Now you will feel no rain, for each of you will be shelter to the other. Now you will feel no cold, for each of you will be the warmth to the other. Now there is no loneliness, for each of you will be companionship to the other. Now you are two persons, but there are only one life before you. Go now to your dwelling place to enter into the day of your togetherness, and may your days be good and long together. Amen. With the blessings of all the friends and family that are present, I pronounce your wedding vows renewed. You bet.